Your body is basically that paranoid friend who sees red flags in everything, except instead of texting you at 2 a.m., it flashes weird, creepy warnings before something really bad might happen. Here are some of the strangest, creepiest ways your own nervous system tries to keep you alive. Often by completely freaking you out first. Number 1. The phantom smell of doom. Imagine chilling at home when you suddenly smell burning toast. Except nothing's on fire, and there's not even a toaster in sight. Congratulations, your brain might be pulling the ultimate prank, or warning you about something deadly serious. Asterisk, that random scent. It's called phantasmia. And while sometimes it's just your brain misfiring like a drunk intern, it can also be an early sign of an oncoming stroke or seizure. Your olfactory nerves basically panic, start sending ghost signals, and you get to enjoy smelling things that don't exist. The weirdest part? Your ancient ancestors probably evolved this over-the-top sensitivity to burning or rotting smells as a last-minute alarm system, because if you smelled smoke, poison, or decay, you'd run like crazy. Asterisk modern life, of course, complicates it. Now, it might just mean you skipped lunch, or your sinuses hate you. Or, yeah, it might mean your brain's prepping to do a hard reboot. So next time you catch a whiff of phantom toast, don't ignore it. Your nervous system might be waving a flaming red flag and yelling, "Hey genius, something's about to go catastrophically wrong." Number 2. Goosebumps before the grim stuff. Ever notice you randomly get goosebumps, even though it's not cold, like standing on a cliff or hearing a weird noise in the dark? That's your body trying to make you look bigger and scarier, which is adorable when you think about it. Originally, it worked great if you were a furry cave person about to fight off a saber-toothed cat. Today, though, it's mostly a cosmetic disaster that says, "I'm terrified, but also kind of chilly." Biology's fascinating. Your tiny erector pili muscles yank on each hair follicle. Puffing up your fur is an ancient intimidation. Move. Too bad evolution forgot to tell your body you're basically hairless now. But here's where it gets really creepy. Goosebumps often happen seconds before you consciously realize you're in danger. Your subconscious notices the threat first, flips the primal switch, and only then do you think, "Wait, why am I suddenly so spiky?" So yeah, next time your skin turns into braille for no reason, it might be your ancient survival software scanning for incoming doom. Number 3, the sudden sick feeling. Picture this. You're walking down a dark alley. Everything seems fine. Then bam, your stomach drops. You feel slightly nauseous, maybe even dizzy. You haven't eaten gas station sushi, so what's the deal? That stomach-churning horror is your body's prehistoric self-defense. Your gut, brain, and adrenal glands conspire to pump stress hormones everywhere. Your digestive system basically hits the pause button so blood can rush to muscles just in case you need to run like hell. In extreme danger, your body might even make you puke. Charming, right? It empties the stomach to make sprinting or fighting easier. Even creepier, this response often triggers before your logical brain clocks what's happening. Your nervous system notices a weird shadow, a subtle sound, or a facial expression you barely register, and it panics first, asks questions later. So when your stomach suddenly does backflips for no reason, don't just blame bad tacos. Your ancient hardware might be screaming, "Danger, idiot. Move." Number 4. The uncanny chill. Ever been perfectly warm? Then out of nowhere you shiver so hard your teeth almost audition for a percussion band? Your body just went full panic mode, but in the creepiest possible way. This sudden cold flash isn't about the temperature dropping. It's your brain dumping adrenaline into your bloodstream because it thinks something terrible is about to happen. It's called a fight or flight shiver, and it's like your nervous system's messed up version of booting up the engines. Blood rushes to your core, your muscles tense. You get a full-body chill of doom that screams, "Brace yourself, disaster incoming." What's wild is that this prehistoric alarm goes off before you see real danger. Your subconscious might catch a weird rustle in the bushes or spot someone's sketchy body language. Meanwhile, your rational brain is still stuck on, "Did I leave the stove on?" So next time your whole skeleton tries to shake itself apart for no obvious reason, it might be less "I'm cold" and more "some ancient part of me smells trouble brewing." Number 5. Random dizziness. At the worst time, imagine standing up to grab a snack, and the world suddenly tilts like you're on a sinking pirate ship. For a glorious 2 seconds, you question everything: gravity, your blood pressure, your life. Choices. That sudden dizziness, it's usually a blood pressure drop called orthostatic hypotension. Basically, your heart's internal Wi-Fi lags, so blood doesn't zoom up to your brain fast enough. But here's where it gets dark. Sometimes your body does this on purpose as a kind of brutal self-check. Your nervous system senses stress, dehydration, or illness brewing. So it tests your balance by cutting the blood supply for a moment, like a stress rehearsal for a real emergency. Evolutionarily speaking, it's your brain making sure you can still stay upright and run if, say, a lion jumps out. The modern version just makes you look like you stood up too fast and forgot how legs work. Bottom line, if you get dizzy for no good reason, your body might be poking you with a biological stick, yelling, "Hey, are we healthy enough to sprint for our lives?" Number 6, the sudden need to pee panic, okay? Picture this. You're minutes away from giving a big presentation, boarding a flight, or maybe stepping into a dark alley. Bam, your bladder turns into an overcaffeinated toddler screaming for attention. You didn't actually drink a lake's worth of water, it's your fight or flight reflex again. When adrenaline surges, your nervous system triggers the urge to empty the bladder and sometimes the bowels, if we're being grossly honest. Why? Because being lighter makes you faster if you need to escape danger. Yeah, your body is so committed to survival that it'd rather risk embarrassing you than slow you down. Fun fact, soldiers before battle often experience this same sudden urge. It's literally your ancient survival wiring firing up like, we might need to sprint. Better dump the extra weight. So next time you're on the edge of something stressful and feel that gotta go now panic, just remember it's not stage fright. It's your primal system prepping for a mad dash. Number 7, the creepy ear ring endure, minding your business. Then out of nowhere, a high-pitched squeal blasts in your ear like an evil tea kettle. It fades after a few seconds, and you brush it off. But what if I told? Your body might be trying to tell you something's wrong. This spontaneous ringing, known as tinnitus, can sometimes pop up after loud noise exposure. But here's the weird part. Your nervous system can also trigger it when you're stressed, exhausted, or about to get sick. Think of it as your brain's weird smoke alarm. It can't point to the fire, so it just screeches at you until you notice something isn't right. Even creepier, your ancient brain circuits may be scanning for predators or danger, and when they overheat, they spill out noise instead of useful information. So yeah, that tiny concert your ear holds at 2 a.m., this could mean, hey, your blood pressure's spiking or you're stressed enough to fry a circuit, buddy. And while it usually isn't life-threatening, it's still your body's way of throwing a neon sign that reads, "Weird stuff's happening, check yourself." Number 8, the shaking hands of doom ever. Notice your hands turning into mini maracas right before something stressful like public speaking, asking for a raise, or even texting your crush. Here's the fun science. It's your adrenal glands dumping adrenaline so you can fight, flee, or, let's be honest, flail around uselessly. The trembling happens because adrenaline pumps more blood and sugar to your muscles, priming them for action. Problem is, modern life rarely requires you to sprint away from tigers. Instead, you stand there shaking like a leaf in a hurricane, trying to look cool. What's extra creepy? Your body often starts this trembling before you consciously realize you're nervous. It's your ancient survival software predicting you'll panic and beating you to the punch. So next time your hands betray you at the worst moment, just remember, it's your nervous system yelling, emergency drill. Move. Fight. Or at least stop texting you up. Number 9. The unwelcome gut feeling. Everyone loves to say trust your gut, but they rarely explain how stomach slime becomes psychic. Your gut has its own nervous system, the enteric nervous system, sometimes called your second brain. It constantly scans the world through your senses, hormones, and past trauma. When it detects a mismatch, like someone smiling while giving off weird danger vibes, it sends a subtle jolt of nausea, dread, or tightness in your chest. You might call it intuition, but it's really a rolling conversation between your gut and brain. Yo, remember when we almost died in a similar situation? Let's not do that again. Creepy part. This often happens way before your conscious mind notices anything wrong. So yeah, that pit in your stomach isn't superstition. It's billions of neurons screaming, "Abort mission. Something smells off." Number 10. The heart skips a beat. Horror ever. Feel your heart stutter, flutter, or slam in your chest, especially right before something stressful. It feels like the universe tapped the pause button on your pulse. Most of the time, it's a harmless premature beat. But why does it happen right before danger or stress? Blame adrenaline again. Your body preloads your heart for action, and sometimes it fires a beat a fraction too early. It's followed by a thud that feels like your heart just rage quit. Ironically, the very system built to keep you alive can scare you half to death in the process. It's like your body saying, "Hey, big moment coming. Let's add an internal jump scare just to spice things up," while it usually isn't. Deadly, that heart skip is your biology slamming the panic button before your brain can even say what's happening. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.